Alright, welcome to another video. It's cold here in Bolton today. It's Tuesday the 17th of October. Where am I? Do you remember in the 90s when David Beckham and Gary Neville were at Gary Neville's house and they went to a chippy called Charlie's Chippy and David Beckham wrote egg fried rice or something in Chinese on his arm? Well, that house, what they went back to, is about 100 metres over there, so that just shows you where I am. So what we're going to do today is we're going to treat what we have here, which is our moss problem, and we're going to do that just by treating the grass and the moss will reside. So let's have a closer look at what we're dealing with and then we can see how bad it is. Alright, so this is the type of lawn that is perfect for the home user where you don't really pay that much attention to it. It's just cut and 2 or 3 times a year it gets a lawn treatment. So we can see up close the moss has started to come back through. It's quite spongy, got a few weeds knocking around, so we'll add some weed killer to our mix as well, and then in a few weeks we'll come back and we'll give it another look and it should be looking a lot better than it does now. Although it doesn't look too bad, you know, it's for what it is, it's a field that has been converted into a lawn in essence. That's what this is. We've got a garden through here as well. This is really like a field, it really is. We've got that silver birch that drops a load of leaves. It's almost done with now, so we'll get those picked up and we'll get that treated as well, and we'll show you how we do that. So let's go and do what we need to do first, which is cut it to get our double lines for our guidelines for our autumn punch. And then today, because in Germany they've had a legislation change, the white powder in inhibit is no longer available. They've changed the ventilation rules and the business who made that white powder has decided it's just not feasible to do the upgrade for what they make out of that, so the powder dyeing. So what we've done now is we've come up with a liquid version. I'm going to show you how to use that today, along with Autumn Punch and Dan's Winter Magic, to really give this lawn a hit to make sure that moss doesn't come back. Okay, so that's the cut done, double stripes. We can see now what moss we have got, and it is quite prevalent. Now, I've not done the other side yet. What I'm going to do on that side, this side I'm going to do Autumn Punch, Dan's Winter Magic and the liquid inhibit. And round the back, just because they've had a new porcelain patio laid, I am not going to risk going on there with Autumn Punch because I can't risk it any little granules on there, and even if I sweep them, blow them, whatever, I can't guarantee I'll get them all. So best play it safe, we'll just go with liquids. Now what I have just done is I was just strimming down the banking on the other side and I have just gone flying. It could have been quite, I've hit my wrist, and then as I slipped, my hand fell to the floor, bent on the trigger, so the strimmer was went nearly strimmed myself to death. So I've got a wet bottom as well, my backside is absolutely wet through, so not a great start to the day. So what we'll do is we'll get on with the treatment now, mix all that up and get that on, and then this job is done, and then we'll come back in 2 weeks and see the results. Okay, so just before we start with the other treatment, let's have a look at this lawn as well. This one looks half decent, dies off in the summer, it goes orange because it doesn't get watered or anything, but when it comes back it looks nice, and when it's fed it does come up absolutely beautiful. Look at these planters. I can't take any responsibility for those. I haven't done them, but what I can do is take inspiration into some of my baskets that I'm going to be doing, so good job. Okay, so as always, we go on with our granular fertiliser. First, this is because we don't want to wet the leaf and then with the liquids and then put the granular on because it will stick to the leaf, dry on the leaf, and when you come to mow it, you'll just mow it off. So we always put the granular on first. So I'll just go on at 27 today. I don't want loads of growth here because I can only cut it once a week. And if it's really wet, it could be a fortnight. So we don't want to go overboard. That's why I'm going to put the slow grow in the tank as well and give that a go, see what it can do at this time of year. So 27 on there, let's go. Okay, so a bit of a disaster morning. Didn't film me putting the autumn punch on, so that's why there was no video of that. I don't know why, I just didn't do it. Just got something in my eye, I've slipped. I broke the trigger on my sprayer, so 2 hours has actually elapsed since I put the autumn punch on because I had to drive all the way through Bolton to get my spare. And at the minute, roadworks everywhere, and then they dig the road up, and then in a week somebody else comes and digs it back up and puts something else in, and you just think, why didn't you just put that in whilst it was dug up in the first place? It just causes problems. So we're back, it's 1 o'clock. Could have come tomorrow, I am over this way tomorrow, but it's 40-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, so that's not feasible for spraying, especially spraying weed killer. So what I had to do was, I partly mixed the weed killer, which I add in there, and then I decided to clean the filter out. I should have done it first. But anyway, so I had to pour that out, so it's already mixed. So I'm literally just going to pour this back in. It's already mixed with water, and there was something in the bottom of the 10-litre bottle, so it's a bit manky, but that'll just get caught in this filter. I think it must have been something I was spraying yesterday that it's just coagulated with. Like I say, I'll get caught in this filter and be absolutely fine. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit in, just so there's a bit of water in the bottom, because I want to make sure that I get all that iron in. I've got 5 litres of the soluble iron there. This one, I've no labels yet, they're being done. But they will be done by the time this video is finally released. So we don't need a filter on this because it's totally fine. So 5 litres, this will do 500 square metres, which is what we've got here. So we'll just chuck all that in. And then with the Dan's Magic, 1 5-litre bottle, the winter, Dan's Magic Winter, would treat 500, but I'm only going, because we've got all that iron in there, we only need to go on at half rate. So you can just guess, I'm not measuring it out, I'll just visualise on the inside of the thing, doesn't matter. So yeah, get that in there, and then I'll put the rest of the weed killer water in, and then we'll crack on. So I'll finish this and then I'll get it sprayed. Okay, so I've just sprayed the back lawn. Because we didn't put autumn punch on that, I'm not concerned about how much growth we're going to get, because we're not going to get that much. So on this bit, because we put the autumn punch on, I'm expecting a bit more. So I'm just going to slow it down, just in case the weather turns and we can't get on it and we can't come for 2 weeks. It just gives us that protection. So we know this lawn is 200 square metres. So all we need to put in is 400 ml, just enough. Just used it the other day, left myself 400. So again, we don't need to filter that because it's clean. Stick that in. And then what I'm going to do is, because I've used more than I thought around the back, I'm just going to top myself up to 10 litres on the side, because I know that takes 10 litres, and then we're good to go. Okay, so that is the products on. Why are we putting both autumn punch and the liquids on? Because the autumn punch takes 10 to 14 days to give us a certain result. When we put the liquids on, it gives us almost an instant result and gives us something to keep us going until that autumn punch kicks in. And generally, iron-based granulars don't pack the same punch and accuracy as the liquids, so that's another reason as well. And a byproduct of feeding the lawn, of course, at this time of year means we elongate the growing season, so it keeps me in work a bit more, as David Brent referred to in one of the episodes of Office, like the Bunsen burner, the nice little learner. So that's good for me, good for the bank, and good for just my general well-being. So join us in 2 weeks when we'll be seeing the results. So join us then, take care, and we'll see you there. So I just called in the following day because I was in the area, and I'm glad I did, because I noticed some strips hadn't been done. You can just see some like lime green patches there. So what I did was I just mixed up a little bit and sprayed those ready for next time. All right, and this is now absolutely fantastic, looking lovely and green. So what we'll do now is we'll just have a closer look, see what's happened, and then we'll give it a cut. And this, I think, is going to be the last cut of the year. We've had so much rain, it's just been absolutely ridiculous. It's not actually 2 weeks since I was last here, it's actually 3 weeks, but it did get cut 2 weeks ago, so it has been cut. And that slow grow that I put in the tank is actually doing a great job of slowing this down, which is great because I'm not going on there now with loads of excessive growth. It's lovely and green, but cuttable as well. So let's crack on and do it, and then I'll show you what's happened over there as well. So we've got this little bit over here, which is looking absolutely glorious and green. The moss has receded as well. Lovely and green there. And up close here, we put the weed killer in, but it is showing signs of coming back. So the moss there, it's gone brown. Weed killer is whipped a little bit, but these are just coming back. You can see where it's died off, but then it's just sprouting some new stuff. But we'll have to deal with that next year now. Maybe the frost that will no doubt come will knock it back a bit. But so this had Autumn Punch and Dan's Magic and iron, and this just had Dan's Magic and iron. So you can see the Autumn Punch really just does give it that extra bit as well. So let's get it cut and see how it looks. Alright, that's this video done and dusted. If you've got a moss problem on your lawn, that's how you solve it. Products that I've used are available on my website, danielhibbertlawnexpert.co.uk, and we'll see you next time when we'll be doing something else lawn related. Hopefully the weather like this can stay as it is. I won't mind that at all, as it's been really wet, as I said. But hopefully your lawn is in a good state of repair going into the winter, and hopefully you've learned something this year on all my tips and things that I've shown you. So until we meet again, take care, and we'll see you soon.